She's mine, Jungkook claimed proudly as he watched Wine walking toward the table, dressed in the same suit today, without a robe covering her. He had his arm lazily resting around his friend to whom he couldn't stop bragging about last night's kiss. Jaehyun, she didn't say yes to you yet, did she? He said as if to spoil the mood and receive a death glare from Jungkook in return. Mission successful. Jaehyun smirked. Jaehyun, I mean, if you don't hurry up, I might snatch her away. He said, clearly as a joke. Jungkook knew it was a joke, yet he wrapped his arm around Jaehyun's neck and choked him till he swore. The other saw a death angel. Jaehyun coughed. Once he was relieved, but nevertheless laughed even more. Jaehyun, oh dude, we got our brother-in-law. They teased him, but he rolled his eyes, got off their side, fixed his hair, and confidently walked over to Wine's table. JK, morning. He greeted before pulling a chair right beside her. The table full of students froze. The infamous Jung Jungkook had chosen to sit beside her again. He stretched out his long arm, draping it behind her shoulders over the chair like it was just made for her. Casual, protective, possessive, his legs brushed against hers, and he acted like he didn't even notice. One on the other hand was busy dying a slow death inside. Wine, morning. She greeted back, trying to act casual but continuing her jam spread on the bread. Jungkook leaned in and stole a bite from her. When she looked at him, he winked. When she looked away, he caressed her cheek with his fingers. Mine never knew he was such a flirt. Not her fault. Nobody ever saw him with a girl before. This sight was new to everybody. It had some of them dying or cringing or maybe wishing it was them instead. But despite the teasing, Jungkook never once took his arm back, made sure she was fed well, and talked to her with such softness nobody knew existed in him. Later, after the breakfast, the resort offered lake activities, and most of the students excitedly split into groups. Mine was hesitant, but Jungkook insisted. JK, you don't have to pedal. You can just sit pretty while I row us across the universe. She laughed at that, finally agreeing, but as they got close, she was guided toward a different boat. Pair boating. Yoongi's friend, Hana, suddenly spoke up. Hana, come on, Ryan. We need even teams. Let him ride with the guys. We'll go slow. Ryan didn't want to make a scene again. She stepped into the boat, seated awkwardly as the activity began. They weren't even halfway across the lake when Hana, behind her, subtly stood and shoved the side of the boat. One shriek rang out before she lost her balance and fell right into the water. Gasps echoed from the lake's edge. She surfaced seconds later, coughing and wiping her face. Before she could comprehend anything, she saw someone leap into the water from the dock. Black shirt, silver chain, glinting in the sunlight. Jungkook swam like a bullet, grabbing her waist and helping her back to the platform. JK, are you okay? Did you hit your head? She nodded between coughs, hair sticking to her face. The others began to circle around them. Jungkook saw the way Wine got uncomfortable trying to hide herself, so he pulled her up gently and took her inside. Later, Wine returned to the scene alone, without Jungkook, who got a call and took her. He will join her soon. She was able to calm down quickly because of him, how he handled her with gentleness and told her everything was fine. But as she returned, she saw everybody laughing among themselves. She heard whispers. They were laughing at her, claiming that even the board couldn't handle her weight. Wine balled her fist. Not this drama again. Wine, you got a problem? Say it to my face. Hannah, we? No, the poor boy got the problem. Everybody started to laugh again. When Jungkook returned, everybody went silent. Nobody wanted to mess with him anymore, but it looked like he knew something none of them did. He straight marched over to Hana, played a video he received from someone. On the screen, Hana was clearly seen smirking and nudging the boat hard, deliberately. No accident, no joke. Deliberate push. Jungkook's jaw clenched. JK, I've sent this to the school and the resort authorities, including the director and the chairman, who is very strict about everyone's security. Best of luck. I'll see how you even enter the college premises again, he said, first spitting his eyes. Hana, it was just a prank. You can't do this. JK, prank? What if she hit her head? That would be attempted murder. Hana gulped when Umbi stood up, holding Hana's arm. JK, oh, and Umbi is following you. After all, she was the mastermind behind it. Umbi, what the hell? It wasn't my doing. That was it. That was where a smirk appeared on her lips as he leaned closer and whispered. JK, best of luck proving that. And Bill looked horrified for the first time in her life, and that surely was such a satisfying sight for him. He turned and held Vine's hand. He didn't need to say a thing. Clearly, she was the one only winning. The tables had turned. The day had ended. Everybody had dispersed, the laughter from earlier replaced by an awkward silence that trailed them like the shadows. One sat on her bed, brushing her damp hair. When the door clicked open softly after a knock, she turned. Jungkook stepped in, damp towel around his neck, hair still wet from the lake. Didn't say anything, just walked in, closed the door behind him, and sat down on the floor in front of her. Without a word, he placed his head in her lap. Wine froze. Wine, what are you? JK, let me stay here for a while. He murmured. She hesitated, then brought her fingers up, gently brushing through his hair. He sighed. JK, I want you to beat every single of them. Wine, you did enough, she whispered. JK, no. One day I'll do more. Not to prove a point, but because you deserve the world bowing at your feet. Mine swallowed the lump in her throat. She turned his face slightly into her lap, kissing her thigh through the fabric gently. JK, you look beautiful today. Wine. I was wet and gasping for air. She deadpanned. JK, yeah, still beautiful. Wine shook her head, and as he rested his head on his lap again, she continued to brush his hair. Nothing else was needed in that moment. It was them, their moment, their silence, their bodies against each other. Wine never thought there would come a day when she would have this man as hers. But in that moment, she swore to never doubt herself ever again.